Hello and welcome to the LMI PolicyComparison.com virtual tour. PolicyComparison.com, as the name would suggest, compares policies. Unlike others in the market, Policy Comparison does not look at the price, but rather compares cover benefits and limitations afforded by the policies. PolicyComparison.com was designed to assist insurance advisors and insurers understand the differences between policies to better match policy coverage to the client's needs, as well as identify derogations in cover that may exist and cause issues when moving a customer from one policy to another. Once you have logged into PolicyComparison.com, you will need to select the product class of the policy you wish to compare. To do this, we click the Product Class Selection field and select one of the many classes available within the system. Now that we have selected the product class, it is time to choose the section of the policy. When clicking in the Cover Selection field, you will be presented with a number of options that will vary depending upon the product class you initially selected. In some cases, you will be provided with the option of selecting all package sections. This will provide you with a very comprehensive comparison across all sections of the policy. You can select a package summary, which is just that, a summary of all sections in the policy. This is a great way of getting a quick snapshot of the basic policy coverages across all sections. Alternatively, you can select the section of interest and complete comparisons for just that section of the policy across all insurers we've compared within the system. This is typically the way in which the system is utilized. Once we have selected our product and our section, we can then compare policies. You will now find yourself in the actual comparison screen, in which you will spend the majority of your time. Starting from the top of the screen, you are able to identify the product class you have selected, as well as the type of cover or selection you have selected. This is just a good double-checking area which allows you to quickly identify where you are and what you are comparing. The site will default to a company comparison. This can be changed by holding your cursor over the company name and selecting Product Feature. However, we will come back to this in greater detail later on. Below this, you will note an effective date of the comparison. This just lets you know that the comparisons that you will be selecting are current as of this date. You can, however, click on this box and select a date in the past and compare policies that were current at that time. There is a product feature search which allows you to quickly navigate to features of interest, or alternatively develop a shorter comparison consisting of only features you select, and finally you will have up to 3 options depending on the class of insurance you have selected. These will consist of Most Popular. This is a tab tailored by you, allowing you to select and tailor a shorter comparison designed for you. The All option, which will give you an extremely comprehensive comparison of all features and fields of comparison, and in some cases, you'll be presented with the Water Perils option, which, as the name would suggest, allows you to compare water features such as escape of liquid, flood cover, flash flood, and many more. The site will default to Company Comparisons. This will allow you to compare up to 4 policies at a time in great detail against each other. To do this, we must first select the policies we wish to compare. To select a policy, simply click the Add Policies button. You will then be presented with a list of insurers. To expand this list and see the policies within each insurer, click the Expand All button, or alternatively, select the insurer or insurers of interest and select one of the many policies available under each of those insurers. Once we have selected the policies of interest, we click Add. This will load the 4 we have selected into the comparison template and allow us to commence our comparison. Once the comparison loads, it will default to Icon View. This will show you a tick for yes, a cross for no, an L for sublimits, an O for optional, and many other icons. Please take special note that a red asterisk means there is more information available. Should you wish to learn more, you can change the comparison into text view. Simply click the text button in each row of the comparison to convert that row into text. Or alternatively, you can convert the entire comparison into text by clicking the text button at the top of the screen. Once converted into text, you will see that every field of comparison also contains a page number. This page number relates directly back to the policy wording and has been provided to you as a double-checking mechanism. Should you wish to review the actual policy wording, you can do so by downloading a PDF copy. To do this, simply click the policy print code located at the top of the comparison screen directly under the insurer logo. There is going to be occasions where you come across a policy feature that you may be unsure of its purpose. what will trigger it, and the situations you would want it. It is for this reason PolicyComparison.com provides access to our expert explanations. These explanations can be found in the first column of the comparison screen, directly below the feature being compared. Where available, you will see a yellow box. Click this and a pop-up will appear to explain in great detail everything you need to know and hopefully assist you in your understanding. PolicyComparison.com also has the ability of allowing you to compare up to 4 features at a time. To access this feature, simply hold your cursor over the company icon and select from the drop-down product feature. This will flip the comparison on its side. You will now find all the insurers and policies we have compared in the selected product class listed down the left-hand side with the feature selector now at the top. To select a feature, simply click the Add Feature button and select up to 4 from the vast list. Like the company comparison, the system will default to the icon view presenting you with ticks and crosses. Should you wish to view this in text, you can change this by selecting the text button at the top of the screen. Furthermore, we can narrow our comparison to only selected companies' policies by clicking in the Search Company Policy box and selecting the policies you wish to compare. This is a fantastic area in which you can conduct detailed and quick market research across the entire market. Downloading and printing comparisons generated from LMI's PolicyComparison.com couldn't be easier. Once you have completed the comparison you wish to download, simply hold your cursor over the download icon located here in the top right-hand corner of the screen. From this, a drop-down list will appear showing both PDF and Excel. It is important to note that if you export to PDF, the comparison system will export what you can see. In that if you are comparing using icon view, it will export as icon, and likewise if you've selected the text. If you export to Excel, however, the document will always be exported in text view. Exporting to Excel, however, does not provide you with the great benefits. You are able to tailor your comparison by deleting features and benefits that may not be of interest. It also allows an avenue for you to bypass the site limitations of 4 features or 4 policies compared at a time by allowing you to export 4 at a time and lining them up in one Excel spreadsheet. PolicyComparison.com has identified the difficulty placed on many insurance professionals in identifying the differences between policy wordings when making recommendations or conducting market research. But this does not simply need to be done when you are moving a client to a new insurer, but also when insurers update existing wordings. For this reason, the system allows you to compare older expired wordings with current iterations. Simply click the Add Policy button. From the list, you will see that some of the wordings have a small icon that identifies it as either a new wording or an expired one. Select the new and expired versions of the same policy and click Compare. You are now able to compare the two against each other to identify improvements and derogations. To make things easier for you, you can hold your cursor over the new icon at the top of the comparison. This generates a quick blurb on the changes, or alternatively, select the Show What's Different button and scroll through the comparison. Where there has been a change, the cell will be highlighted in green. Thank you for using LMI PolicyComparison.com.